Find Amdro Kills Ants' entire line of products at a Lowe's near you.
Now, back to Silver Moments with Dr. Marsha Baltimore.
This is Dr. Marsha Baltimore on crntalk.com, crn.com on your internet. I am Dr. Marsha Baltimore on Silver Moments, and I wanted to give you the answer to the question I left hanging before. It was in the Body and Movement Journal, and after the 2-week period, the people were measured on the scale called Tonetti scale, and they gained leg strength and they reduced leg pain, and that was the 50-minute movement therapy session over 2-week period only, and they improved. Now, I wanted to tell you about me a little bit. Miss Cheryl, what would you like to answer? You've been asking me for a few minutes. What would you like to ask me?
First of all, I want to say, how do we find you? What is your website?
Okay, marciabaltimore.com. That's it.
I see.
And my website has my 2 novels in there. They're comedy-driven. The first novel is called The Making of a Mistress.
What is that about?
It's about America's famous mistress who almost toppled a president, but didn't quite make it, and her name is never mentioned in my book. But if you read the back of the book called Sources, you know exactly when it happened and why it happened. And so that's one book, and it's all comedy. It's written as emails. One chapter is an email, and it says one word, and the word is no. That's what it's like.
Cute.
It's really far out. The other book is called Inner City Angels.
What is that about?
Now, that's about the American Los Angeles shame of a riot in Los Angeles on April 28th, 1992, when burning occurred in central Los Angeles. I was the doctor of psychology at a clinic school on the intersect of Normandy and Washington, intersect.
Wow.
And the gangs were coming, and we were afraid they were going to burn. And we had 57 wheelchair children in that clinic, and 98 ambulatory but compromised special ed kids.
Oh, my goodness.
And what we did, we invited the gangs for lunch.
Oh.
That's what we did. So they didn't burn us. Anyway, that was the second book. And the book is reflective of that attitude. You know, for example, the first line in the book says, "My name is Jose Lopez, but you can call me Joe." That's the first line. So, you know, right away we're making a lot of fun out of this, even though it was a riot. And there's plenty of, you know, bad moments in it, but it turns in that the kid, Jose Lopez, has such a good attitude that he overcomes his environment.
Interesting. Now, one other question for you. How long have you been working out, and how did you start? Yes.
Oh, goodness. I've been swimming since I'm 4. My mother taught me to blow bubbles. And then I liked it, and then I kept doing it till I got it right. So I just won a Olympic senior set of gold medals at UCLA on April 3rd for the, what do you call it, the freestyle. I broke the minute into 52 seconds for myself. And I'm not 20 anymore. I'm a senior.
Oh, I see you in that pool every morning. And
so I did that one, and that was a gold. And then I won, the second one was a butterfly, and I won it in a minute and 15. Minute and 15 is good for that stroke because it's tough.
What made you continue, though? That's my question.
I feel good when I get out of the pool.
I look at you, and I say, what is it that's inside of this woman? When I see you come inside of the spa, and you get in that water, and I'm thinking, she passes me up every morning. What made you continue? That's the question.
I feel good when I finish. I oxygenate.
Simple.
Like I told you before about the neurons. Yes. The neurons that the theory is up there. Dr. Whitehouse, MD, about creating neurons from the oxygen. That's what it is. And it goes up to my head, and I feel better.
Ooh.
You can ask any swimmer. You know, give a call to Mark Spitz or somebody. He'll tell you.
I'm a newbie, but the neurons.
That's right.
Oxygen that's going to...
And it makes capillaries up there. That's what they're finding out. That's in progress research I'm revealing.
That is powerful knowledge. it makes you want to continue.
I
And if you're
think
not
so.
doing it, it makes you want to get started.
Well, there you go. And you're never too old. Never, never.
I really appreciate you saying that.
Uh-huh.
Most definitely.
So now I have some other tips for people
Please.
who want to think about a life approach in their older years.
Mm-hmm.
And swimming may be one of them, but walking is certainly one of them.
Wow.
Or rolling in a wheelchair with your upper arm strength is the third one if you're in a wheelchair.
That will increase the heart rate also.
Yes, that's right. That's all right. And breathing properly.
How do you properly breathe? Talk about that.
Well, I do it in the water. That's my test. If I can, out goes the bad, in comes the good. And I do it on a waltz beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Out goes bad, in comes good. That's what I do. But I don't know if other people have better ways,
Well, when
or different
when
rhythms.
I started yoga, I would hear breathe, 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 and I always think, I'm breathing. What do you want me to do? And one instructor said, become so in tune you feel the cool air coming into your nostril and the warm air releasing.
That's what it
Because
is.
the brain
That's
can
right.
only think about one thing at a time.
That's
so
right.
to focus down that intently, it has worked for me.
That's good, yes. And of course, in the water, you have a reason to go into a rhythm because you have to blow it out into the water.
She's
You can't
still
do
trying to
both
teach me
things on
one.
that when your head turns. You can only intake when your head turns. So when your head goes into the water, you outblow. The carbon dioxide you're blowing out, not the oxygen, see? You've already done that job.
And that breath helps the oxygen go
That's
to
right.
the brain.
That's right.
So just breathing all day, every day, concentrating on the breath is a form of exercise.
That's true, but it's not enough.
Not enough, indeed.
Okay, so now I want to talk to the folks in the audience about how you can grow when you're over 70, over 60, over 80. It's called Develop a Life Book. So what is a life book? You tell the story of your life, like a biography. You envision what you want at the end of their life, your life. What do you want for there? I want my books, and I want another book. I'm doing in a third book. And
Excellent.
you reflect on what this legacy is going to do for the next generation. That's what we talked about before. Remember?
Brings
we
us back to generativity, you told us
generativity.
about.
Yes. What is the next generation going to get out of what I'm leaving them? So I'm leaving them. Right now I have to redo my trust. It's a mess, but I'm going to do it. And then we leave them our work.
I really appreciate you because you have taught me to plan to live.
Oh, that's good.
And I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. And there's Mikhail again. MikhailRubin.com.
Silver Moments. I love the show.
MarshaBaltimore.com.
CRN listeners, when you come to Southern California, stop by a great restaurant.